Hey everybody, today we have an Optoma UHD51A to look at. I don't really work on these too much because in my experience it's usually a lemon trying to deal with one of these. Not a fan of how Optoma built them, but that's not why this is here for the usual mainboard DMD problems I hear about with these. This one actually has a problem with the lamp assembly. They replaced it, and then allegedly it burned and melted itself. So I'm expecting we're going to have to replace the lamp connector. But I'm not quite sure why. The connectors are pretty straightforward. My only guess is that maybe it was backwards. It's kind of a bad design. Actually, let me show you. This is a similar lamp assembly. It might even be the same one actually, but they have these connectors. This loose connector. It's not, fixed to the lamp assembly, so that when you put the lamp assembly in, you actually have to manually connect these. And if you don't connect it the right direction, depending on the connector, you can sometimes get them, like if you have the little side and big side offset like that, sometimes they'll only plug in like that. Now this connector is actually pretty forgiving because there's no rib inside. Some of these have a little rib in the connector that only makes it fit one direction. It has to, slide past that right there. So we're going to see what happened. The company who sold the lamp assembly is going to pay for the work, just in case I don't think it was their fault. I think it was the customer accidentally installed it wrong, but the company likes to be a good company and just make sure. And wow, I'm already seeing evidence of, oh, there's a bug, like literally, there's a fly that came out of it. And this thing is very dirty inside. Yeah, it looks like he probably didn't plug it in the right way. Let's see. Let's get the old... Actually, let me get this out. Yeah, I got a feeling they plugged it in backwards. It's a bad design on Optoma's part, personally. My personal opinion. Alright, so looking at their connector... Yeah, they had the connector backwards. I'll show you why in a second. You guys can't quite see down there. But let me get this out. I'm just going to cut it. It doesn't need to be. It's all getting replaced. So this is how it was before they cut it apart. It was like that. Alright, and if you notice, big connector, little connector, see, little connector, big connector. You can see that's how it was together. It wouldn't fit, it doesn't fit the other way. And you can see the way the pins were bent. The connector wasn't down all the way. It started to melt and tilt. Let's get that really shoved in. Okay, that's probably how it was before they cut it. Looks like they got a Dremel in there and cut it. But essentially they didn't plug it in the right way, and that melted and damaged the connector. Lamp assembly is fine, so I'll probably replace the wire on that and reuse it. There's nothing wrong with that. It's all in the connector and the way they installed it. So that makes me feel better, because the company, the folks in the description there, they're pretty good. They actually care about their stuff. So it would surprise me if they caused it. So one of the other things I'm definitely going to end up doing is cleaning this. I don't know if you guys can see how dirty that fan is. The black on black doesn't really show up too well. but it had dust prints all over it. So we're definitely going to find some dust. Let me just get a piece of foam to lay this on so we don't get scratches on the plastic. There we are, some thick bubble wrap. That'll work well. I already hear some crap dropping out of it. And again, I just don't want to scrape up the top. Black just shows marks so much. So I've never opened one of these. See these things? I don't think they come out. It's probably just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this is curious. One to non-existent filter. Depending on where you live, you actually may end up with a filter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then let's flip it back over. I'm pretty sure the this lens, this focus ring has to come off. So you saw how I did that, hopefully. It turns and pulls. Oh my goodness. Look at the dust in there. And this way the top will come off without getting in the way. Let's see. So it should be loose now. Yep. Alright, and we have the keyboard. Man, this thing is filthy inside. Filthy. I'm hopefully going to extend its life a little bit, or extend the DMD's life by getting this cleaned out. Look at that sun-on fan down there. Thing's packed. And then we have a blower fan down in there. I guarantee you that's going to be packed. Man, this thing just looks like it's never been maintained. Let's see. To get to the ballast, do I have to take the main board out? Just trying to follow the wire. Wire's down here. See? Can I? Because my replacement wire is a bit shorter, so what we may do is splice it. In fact, that might be the way to go here so that I don't have to take all that out. Although it's full of dust, so what'll prevent this from happening again? Alright, let's take it apart so I can get it clean too. But we're not going to go super apart. So we're just going to take the main board out, which is going to require removing, let's see here, looks like a screw down there and a screw down here. Yeah. So let's get this screw out, get that wire out of the way for the speaker. Come on. Then down this wire. That should be holding the main board in. Yeah, so it looks like the whole top has to come off, which is kind of what I was hoping not to do, but with how dirty this is, it's worth it. Alright, then one more, right there. Nope. Thought maybe I could. Just trying to take out the least amount of screws as possible. Come on. Oh, hiding screw. There we go. Got liquid in it? What do you guys think? See all that? Is that liquid? Liquid damage? Or maybe the heat pad got hot and just kind of leaked everywhere. I got a ground tab over here that's funky too. We'll deal with that. Let's unplug the DMD. That's these wires. Carefully. Color wheel sensor. IR, power to the daughter board, power from the main power supply. Let's see, you guys zoomed out all the way? Yes, you are. Okay. Starting to loosen up. Not quite there yet. What are we plugged into underneath? The underneath board? Does it all come out at once? So I got a screw here, and a screw there. Oh, we have one here. Come on. Alright, then some clips down here. Don't know what that is. Fan maybe, pixel shift motor maybe. Another thing that's unplugged. Actually, I'm going to leave this one in because that's going to a board that's coming up with this board. Alright. Now let's unplug that one and that one. And what do we have left? Oh, that's the pixel shift right there. Then we have a speaker and the other speaker. And then what is this? That's that sun-on fan down the bottom that's filthy. So here's the inside. You can see how dusty it is. I'm not going to take it apart and chance getting dirt in between those connections, but we will blow it out. What goes bad with these, and my complaint, is if you look down in there, you see those two heat sinks. Why would you put a heat sink above another heat sink so that you can just cook it so it'll absorb heat into here and burn that thing up? That's what I think happens. I think that and the DMD go bad from heat. So let's put the main board in a safe spot with that bag so it doesn't get messed up. And then let's see, 1, 2, 3. Looks like we got 4 screws. And then we can take that out. We can get to the ballast. And we can clean everything. Because I want to use the air compressor, but I don't want to blow dust into the optics. It should be sealed, but, you know, should be an R, 2 different things. Oh, sorry, 5 screws. There we go. There we are. Dirty, very dirty. Now we're down into there. I'm going to look at this. There we are. Alright, so the ballast is part of the power supply. Right here. You can see all that dust in here. Man, this thing's filthy. So there's the old wire. So the old wire is roughly double the length of the new wire. So let's see. Old wire. About there. So we could, a good splice point I think is right here. I think that's what we'll do. Put a little extra on it. We'll go there and there. So that's basically how it's going to be when it's finished. So to splice this, what we'll do is we'll strip these ends just a little bit. This wire strips really nicely. It's nice and soft. Now normally I don't twist too much, but for the these insulatorless butt crimps it definitely helps. I'm just going to check. Yep, they fit on there well. We'll do one at a time. And then on this end, now the one thing I am going to do on this end, I'm going to bring back that heat shrink a little because I've got some I need to put, well, that actually might be okay. Let's see. I've got a little extra there. I think these diagonal cutters are about to get retired. They've been trimmed and modified and ground too many times. With cheap diagonals, if you get them chewed up at all, you can just kind of grind the back like that and then it'll fix them a little bit until it gets better. Alright, so let's see. Will I be able to crimp? Oh yeah. Okay. So then the other thing, the polarity, but it's not really positive and negative. We're going to go by big tab and little tab. So big tab, if the connector, the ballast connector is facing you this way, big tab is the wire on the right side. Now, unfortunately, this one's twisted up inside the inductor there, so I'm going to have to check it. What I should have done before I cut this all apart is I should have marked which wire was which, because I intentionally cut the connector off one wire shorter so that I could know that the longer wire went to the big side and the shorter wire went to the small side. But while I was doing the video I got ahead of myself and I cut them even, so now I don't know which side is. So let me grab. Alright, so I have the meter off to the side. You can hear the beep. So let's see. The big side is that side. So we'll do this side first since that's the larger side. looks good. Crimpers. And I will say that was a little, oops, it was a little tight pushing it together, which is really what I'm hoping for. I want those wires to really be on either side of each other. I don't want to sandwich, I don't want to crush them against each other. I want them to be side by side. Alright, that's good, because I want them to be like that inside the connector, not, you know, pushing against each other to where they bend. Let's put that piece of shrink tubing on. Let's get our other butt crimp. Alright, that's good. And then just need to slide some shrink tubing. Actually got a little bit of a burr on the end. Let's crimp that end down just a little bit. Yeah, see, that's what I want, like that. It's a little tight going over it. So let's come on. There we go. There we go. That's what I want to see. So let's go heat shrink that down and we can start putting, well, we'll clean the projector and then start putting it back together. Okay, let's get the hot air. Got it turned down to about 175 C. That's plenty hot and plenty cool at the same time. It won't melt it, but it will shrink it. You could use a lighter for this if you're careful, or really any other heat source as long as you're careful. There we go. Oh, there we are. That's good. So let's put that projector back together after we clean it. Okay, so the blower fan, I want to clean out that one down there. Can't really get a good view of it. I almost want to take the optic assembly out to really clean it, but I don't know. I don't want to make things worse. You know, you can overdo it sometimes. Now this fan, I'll pop this fan out. Look at that. So that one's going to get cleaned, and let's see. Can I get... What's holding this basket in? That screw. What else? What else we got holding that in? That might be for the fan. Okay. see, maybe I can get the fan out. I just want to get the fan out. Yeah, I think those little silver screws are the fan. Nope. Alright, now this is the power supply I'm about to take out because I can't get that fan out with it sitting behind it without taking the optic assembly out, and I don't want to do that. Let's see, is that all? Oh, one more screw. Two more. There we go. There we go. Alright, AC is unplugged. We got a thermal switch or a door switch over. What's that thing? Thermal switch, yeah. Yeah, we'll clean this up too. Capacitors look alright. But now I can at least get the dang fan out. Let's get that plastic back down there. And now I can work the fan back. See? And that's why. Look at that. That's filthy. Alright, and we'll put those screws back in after we clean it. I'm going to put this back in. Now let me put this back in. Because that doesn't need to be out. There we are. Alright, I want to clean whatever this crap is off too. Not quite sure. Feels oily, but it comes right off. So, and there's no cleaner. This is just a dry paper towel. So I'm guessing it's from that heat pad. Those heat pads kind of, I guess it's silicone or something that they ooze. It's probably this stuff. Probably this stuff that melted. Alright, That's fine. Let's just get it nice and clean. Alright, and then everything else has been cleaned except for this, which actually isn't too bad. I'm just going to wipe it off. There we go. Alright, so that means we can start reassembly. Alright, let's set the power supply back in, and then we'll get that ballast routed. There we are. That's good. Let's put these screws back in. Oop. Come on. And this one, which goes right there. Alright, let's put the fan back in. Probably should have put this back in first before I put the power supply, but let's see. Let's see if I can do that. There we go. Alright, so if I ever do this again, I'm going to put the fan back in before the power supply. That was, it was doable, but it was a real pain in the butt. So let's get these screws back in. Oops, wrong one. That would be this one. There's some metal threads here. Alright. Okay, that's good. I think I'm happy with all that. So let's put this fan back in, and then those two screws, and we'll go from there. So this one goes over here. And sits down. So this thing, I guess, helps cool the color wheel in the optic assembly. It's just kind of blowing air that way. this one. Then the other screw that I took out that holds the holds that metal duct guide thing in the front. Alright, that's good. Alright, so these we're going to have to dress some wires. Let's get some stuff plugged back in. Like this guy, this is the door switch. That needs to get down here. There we are. And then we have the temperature fuse breaker thing, self-resetting. Most importantly, AC. You need that. Without that, we're not getting anything. Alright. So then we have, let's get these extra wires out of the way. That wire is going to be down there, like that. Then we have this piece, which goes here. Are going to come up, and we got this, and that's going to go here. So let's get our wires. That one's going to go up through there, so is this one, and let's get these guys up in there. I'm pretty sure that's where we're going. Oops, come on, ballast wire. There we are. Good. Alright. Let's get some screws. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I almost forgot something incredibly important, and I imagine a few of you were shouting at the screen already or sitting there curious about why I didn't install the lamp wire, which was the whole point of all this. And truth be told, it's because I keep thinking about the video, so I need to, you know, pay better attention, I guess. So let's see, let's get this wire run. So that's going to go okay. Well, so I see something we have to do, and that is take the basket out. So let's get that basket figured out and get it removed. Where did I put my flashlight down? Where did I put my flashlight? I literally just had it. Drop it back in my pocket. Nope. Alright, one. Two. Alright, so all three, that kind of reminds me of the other projectors that are kind of like this one. Oh yeah, there we go. Now, so let's do this. Got that one out. Okay, that's in there. Alright, and everything else looks clean and happy down there, so let's slide this basket back in. And then we'll put the rest of the wires back together. There we go. Let's put these screws back in. And we'll route this. There we go. So then it's this one, which goes down here. And then the last one over here. Alright, that's tight. That's all good. This is happy. I have another connector for the lamp assembly. We'll switch that out in a bit, but let's get this back reassembled. Go. It's good. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 screws. We got our wires pulled in. Low voltage. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so pull these forward and let's get the main board. Alright, so that's good. Alright, so we got to plug that front fan in because that's not going to be accessible once I set this down. Anything else not going to be accessible? No, those guys are. These underneath connectors need to be dealt with, but for the most part, I think we're going to be okay. Okay, yep, they're all lining up. That's all going in. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's see, I got a screw here, a screw there, and a screw there to hold it down. So let's get those in. Alright. Let me just make sure. Yeah, that one's got to come back out. That's going to go there. Just going to tuck that wire back down underneath. Okay. Okay. goes there. Okay, that looks good. Let's get the color wheel back in. And then we'll put that top metal on. And I do have two open plugs down there, but I'm pretty sure that nothing was plugged into those. Alright, so I double checked and those two connectors do not have anything. They're for the EDID programming, I believe. But this goes on now. Let's get that down and let's see. You know, this power wire, maybe I should bring it up through the on the outside. There was a hole for it to come up through, but now I'm going to put this on. That's going to be in the way. So maybe that's not really how I want it. Maybe I want to do it on the other side. Actually, there we go. Just push it to the other side. Okay, yeah, that fits better. Let's get these screws back in so that we can get this finished up and back to the customer. Definitely need to put this back in. Go. Pop back in. Okay. go. Alright, we got all our screws in. Just got those two. Oh, I forgot to put a forgot to put this under there, so we got to do that. Alright, now they're down. And then that one. Come on. There we go. Alright. We got a couple of these guys for the back. These HDMI screws. And then these guys, get these started. Okay, those are good. All of that looks good. Looks very good. Oh, one more screw. Hang on, almost forgot. I was gonna say I thought this screw went on the inside. There we go. All right, and we just have some case screws left. So now we're going to actually, let me put the that lens, that focus ring back on, because that did not need to come off. A lot of these you have to take that off to take the cover off, but in this case that is not true. So alright, so we have to put it back on this way because it has that little inside ring. There we go. Good. So we can set the cover back on, get that top cover. We'll set it back on, and then we'll do the lamp and try it. Alright, man, the dust just sticks and gets all over that. Okay, it's down and snapped into place, so now I can at least test it. Let's get that lamp dealt with. Alright, now this wire is a tiny bit shorter, but just barely, like ½ inch maybe, so I think we'll be fine. So let's get that connector out, that connector, then let's see, big tab is this one. Oops. There we go. Pardon me. And then 2. There we go. We have our new wire, which we'll plug in over there. Yeah. All right. Let's install this and try it out. That sits there. We'll snug this down. And then remember, big side to big side. Big side is that way. So this is going to go on like that. Nothing holds it in though. What a stupid design. Nothing holds that in. That is really weird. It just sits there. Does this? No, and there's nothing in here to hold it down. What a poor design. What the heck, Optoma? I wonder if it shook loose on them. You know, I wonder if I should zip tie it or something. What a terrible design. Look at that. Oh, wrong way. See that? Look, there's nothing to hold this in. So I can plug it in the right way, which is good. You can see it's down all the way because there's no gap there, but how do we know it's going to stay down? All the other ones, the GT1080s, the HD26, any other ones that use that have that wire handle that holds it down. So, I don't like that. I'm going to think about that. Let's put this on. Alright, I'm not going to click, blinking blue light, power's coming on. See if we get a picture. Yep, there it is. Optoma. There it is. Menu. Where to turn off? Oh no, there it is. Just booting up. Alright. Projector settings. Info. Lamp hours. 8 minutes it ran for. Okay. Alright. Application settings. Alright, picture looks good. Can we, let's see, is there a test pattern? Audio, projector settings, lamp settings, lamp reset. Oops. Alright, there we go. Now let's just see if we can, image settings, I want to see if we can find a test pattern. No. Alright. Alright, so that looks good. I'm going to, I would like to know if that darkness on the top is normal though. Let's see if we can find something that's going to use up the whole screen. There we go. Okay, yeah, so that looks a lot better. We're going to call that good. I'm going to wipe down that top one more time, and then I'm going to cook it for a bit, but I'm going to end the video here. So let's turn it off. So let's get these bottom screws back in. Alright, last wipe down here. Snug in those door screws. Just snug, not tight. And just keep wiping it. Get any of that surface dust off. Alright, good to go. So there you have it. That's how to replace the lamp connector and how to clean an Optoma UHD51. If you have any questions, go ahead and stick them down in the comments. If you need a replacement lamp assembly for one of these that you're going to install correctly, also check the description down there. I have a coupon code. And if you don't already subscribe to my channel, maybe hit that subscribe button for me. I'd really appreciate it. And if you found the video remotely useful, interesting, not a waste of your time, do me a favor and hit that like button. And if you got this far, got all the way to the end, thank you for watching.